Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a great and wonderful day. And, well, the Biden DOJ is at it again. The Biden administration that goes after January 6ers and everybody that is on the opposite side of him that he targets. Well, now he's going after a 72-year-old grandma. Praying grandma. You don't believe me? Well, we always have to shock you here on this channel to where the Biden administration will go to leaps and bounds to make sure he stays in power and to penalize and criminalize anybody that is, on the side of the right or is deemed right. Even you Democrats that you are seeming to be, on the side of Biden are not really on the side of Biden, because I know of many of you are normal and fine and don't think a lot of the things that's going on in the current society is okay. Well, if you go against Biden in any type of way, you're his enemy. So without further ado, we have this. Colorado praying grandma who walked in on Capitol January 6th found guilty by DC jury. On Thursday afternoon, a Colorado grandmother who briefly entered the Capitol building on January 6th after praying on the grounds with a group for over an hour was found guilty on 4 misdemeanor charges. Multiple sources close to the case confirmed to the post-millennial that she had been found guilty this afternoon by a DC jury. She could be sentenced to a year in prison and fines exceeding $200,000. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am not a man of much wealth, alright? I don't have a lot of money, and I would say even $20,000, hell, $10,000 is too much for myself. God forbid, $200,000 is an obscene amount of money, and I don't even think this lady can even come close to paying that. But of course, we know the Biden DOJ is insanely corrupt. So they will do anything possible to arrest somebody that goes against his narrative or against their power because he's a dictator, as always. The jury deliberated for nearly 26 hours before finding Lovrance guilty. She is 71 years old and owns a bed and breakfast in Colorado Springs. Rebecca Lovrance have been charged with entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly conduct in a Capitol building, and parading and demonstrating or picketing in a Capitol building. Lovrance testified in her own defense for 5 hours on Monday, and the jury began deliberations on the same day, stretching all the way to Thursday. The deliberation was good because obviously at least one person on the jury was fighting for me, and many people have been convicted in the first hour. She prayed outside the Capitol building on January 6th and briefly entered the building. In a video posted on X on March 20th, in advance for her trial, Lovrance was in tears. I'm going to show you the video, but I'm going to give you a bit of insight on the DC jury. Go anywhere in New York, go anywhere near Washington, D.C., and you are any remotely slightly on the right, you will be charged for anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I would highly recommend anybody that is in, obviously, Washington, D.C., or New York to get the bloody hell out of there. Because obviously, they don't have any problem or sympathy with charging a 72-year-old grandma, a woman that owns a bakery, apparently at a store, and she prays. So praying to them is bad. Her entering the actual place there is what's good. And I think that this is just not a safe place to be, alright? I think that people should just leave these states. Let them foster, let them go down, let them rot, because that is the way you should do things. Now we're going to show you this video, this very small clip, of her crying, because I think people need to hear this to understand the terrifying and the fear, what she's going through, because what the Biden administration is doing to the American people.
My own country's treating me like a criminal. It's because I believe that they stole my rightful president. And just standing up for my country, it makes me a criminal. And it's just not right. It feels so weird to be here. Over 3 years ago, I was here.
Yep. And I want that to ring very loudly into your ears, and the reason why I played this is because I want the leftists, the far leftists, to really show what they're doing to the American people. Now, I'm not saying we should feel sympathy for criminals, but obviously this woman is no criminal. And this woman was just, all she was doing was praying. She was there for max an hour, if that, and she was praying. She didn't do anything. She talked to cops and stuff like that. And if she was doing something so bad, why was she even charged with this? This is insanity. And this is what you guys are doing to our people, to our American people, and you're no better than anybody else. And by the way, the Biden administration is also doing this. They're putting charges on these people and ruining their lives. She goes on to say she told the FBI that she spent about 10 minutes inside the Capitol building on January 6th, over an hour praying inside. She was charged with 4 misdemeanor counts. Surveillance footage shows her peacefully walking around inside the Capitol building and speaking to a Capitol police officer. She has launched a fundraiser to help her with her legal fees. I didn't get into this for myself, she said. I was there to stand up for my country. I asked if God I did something wrong, if I needed to repent, and God said, no, you went there to make my presence known and pray. My biggest prayer is that God gets the final word this week. Lorenz is mother of 2 of 4 adult children, grandmother to 7 grandchildren, and great-grandmother to 1. She said she had been prayed about whether or not she should attend the Stop the Steal rally at the Eclipse in D.C. on that day. Yes, because anybody that goes against the Biden regime gets punished. Just let that be known. Obviously, we have here that Trump speaks out about this, and he goes on to say, Rebecca Lavarez, was also known as the January 6th praying grandma, has been unfairly targeted by a crooked Biden's DOJ, and now faces up to 1 year in prison for peacefully walking around the Capitol and praying for a failing nation on January 6th. Rebecca is a 72-year-old grandmother and small business owner from Colorado, and now she is one of Joe Biden's January 6 hostages. Crooked Joe Biden spends more time prosecuting patriots like Rebecca and me than violent criminals. The thugs, murderers, and illegal immigrants who are destroying our country. This is what we're up against in MAGA 2024. So, that's what is the reality here is, guys. If you guys don't want to believe me, then that's just the reality that we're going to be facing. They will charge you. They will attack you. They will put you in prison for going against anything that they deem as against Joe Biden. Again, when you want to know what a dictatorship is, this is what a dictatorship is. They imprison anybody that is going against them. Go live in China, by the way, leftists. Go live in China for about a couple of years. See what happens. And commit any of the stuff that you would commit here, and we'll probably won't see you again. We'll probably see you disappear. The depravity and disgustingness of this is insanity. Full-on dictatorship, full-on corruption, full-on evil tree, and everybody in this the people here are at the whims of the Biden government because, we have no rights. Praying is now even illegal. Alright, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, guys.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, 'cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.